today we've got our Vinyasa yoga class. So we're going to be exploring something else throughout our movements and our vinyasas. We're going to be exploring the subtle body. And what that means is kind of connecting to different energetical centers in our bodies. Maybe we've touched upon the chakras, perhaps I think in one of our classes. And we won't be going into detail about them, but we're kind of touching on where they are and how to connect to these spaces during our breathing and during our postures. So let's begin in a child's pose on the mat. Make yourself into a little ball. And then you're going to reach your arms back behind you this time. Relax your forehead down. Make it comfortable for yourself, whatever you need to do. Rest here for a few moments so you can listen to your breath, connect to your body. I will be silent just for a few moments. Now, can you please imagine that you've got some kind of orb or like a ball, a rotating ball of energy. And it sits there right by your pelvis, maybe below your lower back. It's kind of compacted here because we're folded over. And as you inhale, that orb, that circle, is going to expand. As you exhale, it's going to stay big. So imagine you're breathing like new life into it. Now imagine you have another orb higher up, maybe below your rib cage, kind of being hugged in by your rib cage. So take an inhalation there. Let that ball expand. And as you exhale, it stays big like a bubble that won't pop. Now imagine you have one behind your neck, to kind of inside of your throat. Take a breath into that circle, that ball of energy. And finally, imagine you have one in your head where all the mind stuff happens, where all your thoughts live. Let that energetical orb be there. Take an inhalation into that space. Let it balloon up and exhale. Slowly lift your chest. We're going to come to a tabletop. Plant your hands down, knees, hips distance. Push the ground away. Let's find cat pose. Spread your shoulder blades apart. Once again, can you breathe into those energetical orbs? Maybe one at a time. Or maybe if it helps your visualization, imagine all those little balls of energy slowly expanding even more at the same time. Imagine you've got one in your lumbar spine, maybe between your shoulder blades. Don't forget your head. And then slowly, let's inhale into our cow pose. Take your time to stretch forwards, tilt your sit bones up, roll your shoulder blades back behind you. Once again, breathe into those orbs. A couple breaths. Visualizing them kind of stacked along your energetical spine from top to bottom. Beautiful. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips halfway back, so not all the way back, just halfway. Let's open our right arm to the sky. Twist open. Inhale. Then as you exhale, thread underneath your left armpit. Reach. Inhale to open. Exhale, threading the needle. One more. Inhale, open up. Exhale, thread. Now see if you can stay here. And then start to look at the floor. So bring your gaze flat down. Turn your heart to the floor as well. And maybe ease deeper into it. So you've got this beautiful crossing of your arms. And your heart is reaching towards the ground. Feel free to walk this left arm further away. And now here, those orbs, imagine that they're perfectly aligned in your spine. And you can breathe into all of them once again. Feel maybe they're glowing, beaming with light. Let's slowly climb out of it. And we're just gonna switch. Left arm is gonna go out towards the side. Inhale. Exhale, thread under. Keep going. Bring your gaze with it. So look where your arm is gonna go. And look across your right shoulder. One final one, we're gonna stay down. Exhale, reaching under. Take a moment to look at the floor. Direct your heart to the floor. And then see if you can deepen it. Deepen this crossing, this fold and stretch for the shoulders. Feel those orbs lined up. See if you can tuck your chin in a little bit more. So you have length behind your neck. One more slow breath, in and out. Then slowly climb out of it. Place both of your hands forwards. Let's come to downward facing dog. Send your hips up. Have a feel for it. Pedal out through the feet. Everybody bend your knees. Push through your hands, lengthen your side body. And then maybe your legs can go slightly straighter. One more breath here. Beautiful. Can you fully empty out the belly? Now lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale to lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. We're staying here. Find yourself completely heavy like a rag doll. Bend your knees enough so that you can feel kind of your lower back have some space, like it's released any tension that is pulling from you having straighter legs. So bend your knees, feel something opens up and releases there. Take a breath into that space. And then let's slowly roll up. Roll your shoulder blades back behind you. Sweep your arms to the side and up. Keep your arms up as you breathe. As you exhale, try to tip your rib cage down. So you might notice there's a little bit inflexibility in your shoulders, and your shoulders might have to move slightly forwards like this so that you can keep that stacking. Rib cage above hips, above knees, above ankles, and your head is resting like a crown above it all. One more breath here. And as you exhale, that gentle firming in of the belly. Open up your arms to the side, take your fold. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Bring your fingertips down, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Lower your left knee down. We're gonna rise up. Right hand to your right thigh, left arm goes up. Inhale here. Exhale, lean to the right. Side bending to the right. Inhale, stretch longer through this left side. And on exhale, bring your hand down to the floor. Spin to the right as your right fingers reach up. Inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down. Step back into a plank. And then see if you can slowly lower your belly to the floor. Staying low on your belly, try to keep your rib cage from sliding up. Try to keep it tipping down towards your hips. Like you have that beautiful line we had in our Tadasana. Squeeze your bum and a gentle tuck of your tailbone back behind you, if that makes any sense. Now lift your hands off the floor an inch. Squeeze your back muscles. Now reach your arms overhead. Turn your thumbs up to the sky. See if your arms can reach higher up. Keep looking down. Squeeze through your seat. Now cactus your elbows out. Bend your elbows to the side and reach your wrists even higher up. So we have a bit of external rotation. Slowly place your hands by your rib cage, by your waist, and see if you can push up in one motion to a plank. And find downward facing dog again. Inhale, sweep your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot forwards. Lower your right knee down. Right arm goes up. Inhale. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, stretch further. Exhale, right hand comes down. Spin to the left. Open heart. Open your wingspan. Exhale, left hand comes down. Step your right foot to meet your left and fold. Inhale, rise, arms go to the side and all the way up to the sky. Exhale, try to find your rib cage coming down towards your pelvis. Squeeze through your seat. Inhale, open up again, folding front and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, right foot steps behind this time. Right knee comes down. Inhale, reach your right arm up. This time as you exhale, bend your right elbow to a cactus, like a cactus tree. Squeeze the muscles behind that shoulder, maybe even reach your right elbow back behind you. Inhale, reach up and over, side bend, stretching whatever we just contracted. Beautiful. Place your right hand down. Spin your heart to the left. And this time we're gonna lift our back knee off the floor. Stretch your right leg. Try to keep your hips parallel so that there's not one dipping more than the other. Now in this twist, imagine directly from your right heel all the way to the crown, you have these orbs and they're stacked like a snowman, like snowman balls, one on top of the other. If you shot a laser light through them all, they would go directly in the center of all those balls. So take a breath into those orbs, directly to the crown of your head. Beautiful. Exhale here. One more inhalation. And exhale, left hand comes down. Step back into plank. Lower yourself all the way to the floor. Engage belly, engage seat. Untuck your toes, point your toes back. Now lift your hands off the floor an inch. Reach your arms overhead, thumbs up. Inhale. Exhale, cactus your elbows. Reach your wrists up to the sky. Plant your hands by your side. Push to plank. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Let it go. Right leg lifts up. Exhale, step your right foot to the top. Left knee comes down. Rise up with the left arm, breathe in. Exhale, cactus elbow. Squeeze behind the shoulder. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, left hand comes down. Lift your back knee off the floor as you twist. Level off the hips. Twist from the ribs. Breathe into that beautiful snowman balls of energy. And keep your head in line with your spine. You might want to come forwards like, you know, a chicken kind of does this with their head. So keep it in line. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale, right hand comes down. Step your left foot to the front and fold. Inhale, rise, reaching front and up. Exhale, palms to your heart. Sit back in your chair, Utkatasana. Let's make this a strong chair, so go as low as you feel you can. Firing up through the legs. Inhale, reach your arms front and up. Exhale, fold, stretch your legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. We're going straight through a fluid vinyasa. Lower to your belly. Inhale, cobra, point your toes back. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Step your right foot front. And now drop your left heel down. So left foot is completely flat. And the left toes over here are pointing to the left upper corner of the mat. So it's more than halfway up. It's quite forward. So your hips can reach, can face the front. Inhale, reach your arms front and up. Exhale, knit your ribs together and down. One more breath. Exhale, plant your hands to the floor. Clear your way through vinyasa or stay in downward facing dog. Vinyasa means lowering down, finding your back bend, and then finding your downward facing dog again. Step your left foot forwards. Let's do the other side. Ground your right heel down. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale, ribs go down. One more breath. Exhale, plant hands. Once again, the option for a vinyasa, if you're working on building your upper strength, working on a spinal extension, then vinyasas are perfect. Find your downward facing dog. 2 long breaths. In and out through your nostrils. Imagine that beautiful line of balls you have expanding through your spine. Inhale, right leg goes to the sky. Exhale, step it forwards. Come to warrior 1 again. You were just there. Arms go up. This time as we exhale, we're going to open to warrior 2. So from neutral hips, we open our hips out to open hips. Turn your left toes to the left, but keep your foot slightly directed towards the right. Hopefully that makes some sense. And then turn your right toes to the front. I won't go too much into alignment because we don't have time, and honestly, it doesn't matter that much. Bend your right knee, open your arms, look forwards. Try to keep these arms lifted. Sometimes they might drop down. Now here, once again, can you keep your body from leaning in some certain angle that makes this easier for you? So really try to keep those orbs right from the bottom stacked so that you can breathe and so that the energy that you're creating, the heat you're creating can travel throughout. Beautiful. Bring your right hand, either you can bring your right elbow to the knee or you can bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. What works for you here, all right? Left arm goes up. Still trying to keep those orbs connected. So try not to collapse around your spine. Try to open up in this beautiful one plane. If you'd like, bend your left elbow behind you. Find a half bind. Open up this left shoulder. Slowly unwind this left arm. Press through your right foot to lift into warrior 2. Flip your right palm briefly. Let's tip back. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Take a vinyasa if you like. Strong and steady. Exhale, finding downward facing dog. Sweep your left leg up. Breathe in. Exhale, step forwards. Warrior 1. Rise. Inhale. Exhale, open up to the right. Turn your right toes slightly more to the right. Left toes are pointing forwards. Opening hips to the right. Arms go open. Look front. Staying here. Trying to keep your torso above your hips. Not forwards. Not leaning front. Wonderful. Big, big breaths. Now find your side angle, whatever version of it you found on the other side. Option to always stay in your fingertips. Can you breathe into that energetical spine? So basically those little orbs where our chakras are, they are where all these little, in yogi philosophy, you have these little nadis, like energy points. And where there are clusters of them is where you have these chakras, these energetical centers. All right, from here, let's press through the left foot, lift up to warrior 2, and then reverse your warrior. Inhale, exhale, optional vinyasa, or take it to downward facing dog. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Step or hop to the top and fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips and turn to face whichever side of the mat it is, or you can still see me. Open up your feet wide. Toes are pointed forwards. Now turn to the back of the mat and turn that back foot to the back. So we have triangle pose. Reach your arms wide once again. Lean forward, strengthen this back leg. And then exhale, tip down. Find your shin or find the floor. Whatever is going to keep those orbs in line. Breathe here. And can you almost apply equal pressure to both of your feet? Look forwards at the floor in front of this back foot. And then bend your back knee. Find the floor. And then find your balance on that leg. Lift up your other leg. So you create this beautiful shape. A capital T opening out towards the side of the room. Inhale. Exhale, come back to your triangle. Straightening this back leg. Inhale, press up through your feet. And then turn just so that you do your triangle to the front of your mat. So whatever foot is facing the front, the toes are now facing the front. Lean forwards, long spine. Tip down. Open up through your wingspan. See if you can bend both of your knees, softening of the knees, and see if that creates any space for your lumbar spine. Then slowly over time, grow these legs. Start to stretch them, keeping that length. Maybe you notice something. One more breath here. Now look down. Find the earth with your fingertips and start to hop this right leg up. Straighten your left leg. Keep everything open. Keep those orbs in line. Reaching open to the side, one breath. Strength through the inside of this floating leg. Exhale, find your Trikonasana again. Triangle pose. Then slowly lift up. Both arms go up. Exhale, face the front of the mat and just step front. From here, bend your knees so deeply that you come all the way down with your bum. See if you can stay here with your heels down. For some of us, we might have to lift our heels up. There's a bit of mobility here in your ankle. See what works for you, where you can keep your balance. Now, if you like this different version of Malasana, turn your toes out, heels are still close. Reach your arms, your waist inside of these knees. Reaching your arms forwards, relax your head. If you'd like to go further in this stretch, in this fold, see if you can reach your arms behind and hook the back of your ankles. So you have internal rotation of your shoulder here. For some of us, this might feel super calming. For others, you might feel it's really tough to stay in it. So notice where you are on that spectrum. And there's no right or wrong. From here, plant your hands down in front. If you like to try a little arm balance, you could go into a crow. We probably don't have the time to go into the details of a crow. But basically, you plant your hands down, try to squeeze your knees to your armpits, round your spine into a big, big C. Lean your weight, pour your weight into your hands. Maybe lift one foot off, maybe the other, and maybe both. You can always place a pillow in front if you're afraid of face planting. So that's just for play. From your crow play, or maybe you want to do it another time, slowly let's sit our bums down on the mat. Bring your legs up. Find your Navasana balance, a beautiful spot between your sit bones, your tailbone. Reach your arms out in front of you. Breathe. Breathing here. See, maybe you can stretch your legs lower towards the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. Ardha Navasana. Lift up again. Cross your ankles. Place your hands or your fists down on the floor and see if you can lift your bum off the ground. Just your bum. For 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Find Navasana again. Boat pose. Keep your breath. Exhale to Ardha Navasana. One more time, Navasana. Cross your ankles the other way. This time as you lift your hips up, maybe you can lift your hips slightly back first, and then up. 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Find Navasana. Find Ardha Navasana. Beautiful. And then slowly lower to your back. Lift your legs up to the sky. Cross your hands behind your head like you're on a beach. And from here, you're going to try to roll your tailbone off the floor and lift your hips up. So you're lifting your hips up. Inhale. Exhale, crunch your head up. So your hips are up, your head is up. Right below your belly button is working, it's on fire. For 3, 2, 1. Relax down. Do we have time for one more? Yes, let's do it. Let's lift our hips up. Tailbone lifts off. Crunch your head up. For 3, 2, 1.5. 1. Relax down. Bend your knees, step your feet flat. Send your hips to the sky for bridge pose. You can reach your arms by your side. Take this as a stretch, a counter pose. You finally get to open up everything that was working quite hard. Take a breath. And then slowly lower your back down. Cross your left ankle above your right knee. Open your arms wide and let your feet fall to the right. Subtle twist. Let's lift up. Uncross. Switch the crossing. Right ankle over left. Open that right knee out and let your legs drift to the left. Keep pointing that knee to the sky. Slowly lift legs up. Center your body. Step your right foot down and set up for your Shavasana. Arms by your sides. Let your feet topple open. Let your head rest right in its center. And begin to feel these orbs just softly, gently, patiently rotating on their own axis. Let your breath soften and calm down. And let your body just be, surrendering to the moment. Slowly peel yourself off your mat. Make your way into a seated position, bringing hands to heart. And take a breath in. And as you exhale, just bowing to yourself. celebrating your presence, your practice, all the work you did.